didn't go quite to plan.
It was funny though. So hello everyone, welcome back to another Krinnos Build Diary. Today we are looking at another little extra I've done for the harbour. Now this is hopefully the last sort of, what I call the last broad stroke episode. So this is building a seawall and some towers. So this is a seawall. I'm only showing you one half because it's the same on either side. That arc around the harbour of the city. So it gives it like an extra bit of defence. And also, it makes the harbour a lot more enclosed and just a bit more interesting to look at. It just felt so open and flat, and I wanted to give it something to look out to when you're sat on the harbour, you know, walking around the docks. You have something to sort of look out to. Now, the walls are based on the Ironfall walls, so it's a mixture of various types of deep slate, dark oak logs, and so on. Still the Ironfall video from way back when. That's the same wall design, and I'll continue that around the outside. I guess technically that's the last broad stroke, doing the walls on the outside the city. But this was quite time consuming because it's just sort of, well, it wasn't really time consuming. It was just quite boring because I was just copy pasting the same sort of 4 or 5 different sort of panels of the wall pieces to make the angle. I think what I did is I looked up like a very old Minecraft 3D modeling thing to show you like how to do like a sort of a sort of the corner of like a spheroid or something, and I just sort of stretched out the numbers and built that. So now what I've done, so what I'm doing here is I'm adding an extra sort of a walkway on the inside the wall. Maybe I'll have some other few little points for smaller boats, possibly. I might extend out some areas where it gets a bit shallower. So now we are building the towers. So these sit on the edges of the walls. This went through several iterations. The first one basically looked like a skyscraper you see in London. It looked really, really grey. I think because in my original idea it was meant to be like an addition, like later on. So when the original structure was built, you added on extra bits as they went along, like you get in sort of stately homes in England. So the idea is that sort of several sort of decades or centuries later, someone else who owned the city went, "Oh, I want big towers," and they used a different kind of stone that they imported in. Maybe it didn't look good, so I made the deep slate instead, and I've used iron bars instead of windows. I have panes for shooting arrows and stuff out of. Now this isn't. This is sort of the first sort of tier of it. It's sort of 2 sort of sections. This was originally the height it was going to be, and I thought, no, it needs something more. Added on an extra section, which I believe is the same. I think, yeah, it's like 1 block thinner, so you get these nice little sort of balcony sections sort of in the middle to look at, and then the windows sort of get a bit more spaced out. A little trick I learned from the old Planet Coaster when I used to play when I play a lot of Planet Coaster. The idea is the taller up you build the building. Well, the idea is meant to use smaller windows. So I could have used 1x1 windows maybe to make the effect better. But the idea is the taller up you go, the smaller you make the windows to make. I think it gives the effect of it looks bigger and taller as it goes up. The final addition I made was a roof section, which sort of has these 4 sort of big openings. I use tuff for a bit of colour to sort of taper in, but I keep a hole. Actually, I keep a hole in the middle because I'm going to put a signal fire through. Here we are in the real world. So the inspiration I had for these walls, I believe they're from Roman. It's like, I think it's like a Roman thing, but a lot of harbours, especially in Britain, have these sort of walls. They're a lot, I guess, a lot sort of longer than they are sort of wide. And here it just keeps going straight into the wall, and this sort of cliff is sort of a natural sort of barrier. So logically, like here, will be where the city wall starts. The city wall sort of curve all the way along, sort of go along like that. I think it'll go over like the river here. I think this pond will be outside the city walls, and it'll sort of curve around. Except about sort of here, I think. Go back along, and then sort of do the same thing, and come up over here. And that's the general shape of what the the wall will look like. But you can see from the map, I have made some smaller alterations. One is I've started to build actual stairs that connect the layers, because for a very long time the layers aren't actually connected. The storeroom that used to be here, I've moved up to the top section, because I think I prefer it to have it up there. I got rid of the flag as well. And now I'm going to have these barns here. This one, I think, will be like a big sort of open... so it'll be all open, but it'll have like a roof, and I think it'll have logs in it. And the thing I've thought about with the walls, with the logs, what logs are going to store, is I'm going to think about what I've used here. So obviously you can see I've used a lot of spruce and dark oak in the creation of this structure. So it shows that spruce and dark oak naturally grow on this island. So when I build this canopy thing with all the woods, I'm going to use all the other woods in there. So in here there'll be jungle wood and acacia wood and mangrove, cherry wood, and pale oak, and maybe some bamboo. You might recognise from I've directly pitched this, right? I've made a few schematics with World Edit from the Ironfall thing. I think I've done these barns. I believe they're one of the schematics. But I've got the crane. I've got the different varying market stalls, just so I have a few extra sort of tools in my belt to help decorate this area. Next step is I'm going to properly start detailing the harbour, and I'm going to finish it, and that'll be the next video. Because my aim is to get the entire city done in, well, roughly sort of like 2.5 months. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever video of mine you find yourself watching. So, cheerio.